that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody...
You wanted him to be an immigrant. That's what you wanted. You either wanted him to be a or a Mexican immigrant. Y'all was banking on it. Y'all was like, yes, if he could have just been a Mexican, if he could have just been black, we could have get this race war on and popping. Yeah. No race war for you. It was a 22-year-old white kid whose daddy was a Republican pastor and the whole family were Trump supporters.
For 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I hoped for.
Lock in, fuck niggas. What the hell did I just hear? Did the governor of Utah, who has one of the most lax gun laws in the state, is surprised as one of his residents that committed the assassination? It's been confirmed that Tyler Robinson, a white man from Utah, was the one that assassinated Charlie Kirk. Not a black person, not a Muslim person, not a trans person, but a white man from Utah. Now, based on his voter registration, it shows that he has no affiliation to any parties. Now, there isn't any direct evidence to show the individual's ideology, although there is a photograph of the individual in a Donald Trump costume. There are numerous photos of the suspect handling firearms, which clearly shows that Utah gun laws failed Charlie Kirk. And I still don't understand how the Utah's governor is still surprised that it was a white man from Utah that did this. If we just look at all the attempted assassinations and assassinations that happened this year, all of it was from white men. State lawmaker Melissa Hortman, suspect is a white man. The 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump were white men. But you guys won't acknowledge that. And the reason is because Charlie Kirk bred the idea that white Christian people are the perfect being and anyone outside of that are criminals or problems. And any white individual part of any minority group is a corrupted individual. I would say pray for Charlie Kirk's family, but my prayers are wrapped up into the HBCUs that got those threats: Gaza, Sudan, and Congo.
Charlie Kirk wasn't killed by a nigger. He was killed by his own kind.
So did y'all see that Utah governor, whatever, said they were just hoping it would be somebody else? You know why? Because they want to hate. They really want to hate. They really want to hate. They was hoping it would just be a black guy, an immigrant. They was just hoping it would be someone else. But you know what? God used your own kind. God used, and they're going to try to make it seem like this kid was brainwashed. And no. I keep telling white people, even your children are rejecting your rhetoric. Even your children because they like rap music, they like this, they like Mexican pussy. Even white children are rejecting that bullshit that you guys are trying to spew. So there's no fucking way. You guys, they cannot twist this. No, you guys, he was killed by a young white conservative kid. They can't spin it. No, he's not a fall guy. This kid been shooting for a long time. Kind of like the Metcalf boys. Yeah, these kids are dangerous. These white kids are dangerous.
God, please, I've been praying for 33 hours. Praying for 33 hours. Please don't let him be one of us. Just make him, an immigrant. Make him a brown individual. Transgendered. Just don't make him one of us. Maybe outside of the state. California, maybe. I'll take New York too. Any of those states. But please, not someone from Utah. Please, no, we cannot. We cannot. You found them? You found him? Yes. Is he black? No. Brown? An immigrant? Transgender? Oh. Who is he then? No, he's one of us. I can't. God, what happened? I asked you, I prayed to you for 33 hours. 33. You didn't listen to me. Why? What are we going to do now? I don't know.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, we saw what Utah governor, he came out and said after the Charlie Kirk, he was shot dead when he was doing his university tour. So this governor, he came out and said that he was praying that the person who unalived Charlie Kirk to be found as a black person or immigrant person or somewhere who is not a citizen in America. So it turns out that the person who came out and alive, Charlie Kirk, was a white person, and this white person, he came from his town, So the Utah governor right now is getting some of the backlash from the black people, and right now he is regretting for what he came out and said publicly. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. All credits goes to the original creator of the video. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle. Remember, this video, it is only for educational purpose.
I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us, that somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered.
For him to say he really prayed that it wasn't one of them says so much, right? Like, he really thought it was going to be a Democrat. Or better yet, he wanted to be a person of color. He wanted to be an immigrant. He wanted to be someone who was trans. Whatever, he wanted to be nothing but what it was, a white Republican who was heavy in MAGA. No, couldn't be. Man, it's crazy how now you want to switch up your tune and you want peace. When we should have had peace in the first place, we should have been talking about unity. But no, it wasn't an individual, it was a group of people. I mean, everybody, those liberals, I mean, all the past 2 days have been nothing but people basically making lists of black and brown creators that they wanted to, and more. I mean, I seen a woman literally almost bust a blood vessel screaming about how dare Democrats do this. And look what we have here. It's so quick for them to go ahead and accuse anybody but themselves when it's showing that the violent party is not the Democrats. It's not. But, yeah. And let's not forget this dude right here. If he don't look just crazy, I don't know what crazy is. But anyway, y'all have a good day.
No, but for real, I need Christians to explain to me what the governor of Utah meant when he said, I was praying to God that it was not one of us. Look, I grew up in a Pentecostal church. My grandfather was a bishop. My brother's a preacher. My other grandfather's a preacher. I got cousins, preachers. I've heard a lot of sermons in my life. I've heard a lot of prayers. I was in church every day from 0 to 21. I love my church family. I don't go to church anymore, but I love my church family. I love my people. Pentecostal Church of God in Christ. I've never heard a person say what that governor of Utah said. I prayed to God that it was not one of us. I prayed that it was someone from a different state who had driven into our state, or someone from a different country. What? So this is for Christians. People who call themselves Christian. What did that man mean by that? Was he hoping that it was a non-white person? Because that's how I heard it. I heard it as being a non-white person first, and then a non-American second, presumably someone from a different country, which is so odd coming from Mormon territory, because Mormons go into other countries, but South American and Central American countries that are Latino people, and work to convert them to Mormonism. What did he mean by that? That was such an odd statement. And look, I don't know that governor, and I saw he was emotional up there. And it seems like he was most emotional because it was a white guy that killed that other guy. So somebody help me understand that. Some Christians out there, help me understand that.
To the Utah governor, why do you need it to be someone else? I mean, we know why, but I just want to hear it from you. I hope a reporter follows up on that you were hoping that was a foreigner or someone that wasn't a part of your community and it wasn't one of you guys, I'm very curious at how we're going to approach that line of questioning. Now, you did mention a death penalty. My question is, are you still about the life?
Bro, I don't mean to laugh, but racism is funny sometimes, man. All I could do was laugh. That Utah governor got up there and said, dang it, he wasn't... He said, oh my gosh, I can't even say it. He said, dang it, he wasn't a Democrat. He said, bro, and I cannot make this up. He said, I was praying it wasn't one of us. Then Cash Patel sitting behind him, bro. This dude says, I was hoping that it was somebody from overseas. Please, somebody, I'm begging you, screenshot Cash Patel's face in the moment he said that and post it in the comments, please. Oh my God. Y'all gotta watch the video, bro. Y'all have to watch the video, bro. Bro, this is unbelievable. That man legit was up there like, see, I told you it was the... What? It wasn't the Democrat? It was the LG. Huh? It wasn't them? Then who was it? No way. Guys, it wasn't them.
Man, y'all cap ass niggas talking about it's one of us. I ain't seen a picture yet. No, okay. But like one of them, right? Like definitely a leftist, like looks like us, but doesn't think like us, right? Oh, okay. Well, at least he's not a Utah citizen. He's one of those crazy people from the other stage, right? That's 20 of them? Now, if I'm being honest, like my nephew could be his brother. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know if I could spin this, even if I was a Beyblade. I could have sworn it was them monkeys from Detroit. And you mean to tell me it's a motherfucker that looked like my first cousin? What are we? How am I gonna excuse the God, now I gotta call off the raid. Look, I'll explain later. Don't ask any fucking questions. Just call off the raid, dude. I figured it. Dude, just call off the... Look, take the fucking mask off. Make sure you bleach them. Store them somewhere safe for next time. Call off the fucking raid. I'll explain later. Can't have any fucking fun these days, dude. God damn.
Did Spencer Cox, the governor of Utah, just defuse the largest bomb in modern history here in the United States? In my opinion, yes, he did. Since Charlie Kirk's unaliving, we have all been absolutely glued to the news, to the commentaries, to the videos. We've seen a lot of people speak, a lot of people chime in. I didn't even know the governor of Utah before this week. Spencer Cox, what a hell of a guy this one is, huh? There has never been the division and the anger and the frustration in our country in my lifetime as there has been over the this last week. And it's been a real question, is this the tipping point? Which direction are we going to go? And I think Spencer Cox just single-handedly stopped a bomb from going off, basically. He was put in the spotlight for the entire world to see over the last handful of days. And I guess the only ways I would describe his speech is sincere and honest, on point, and inspirational. I just watched his speech this morning after they caught the guy who unalived Charlie Kirk. And listening to Spencer Cox talk about this, I think he might have just turned us around. And I hope so. I really hope that is the case. And I hope that everyone else that watched him talk feels the same way that I do. Because we don't need more violence. I know you feel it, but we don't need more violence. It's not going to, in the end, it's not going to be the answer. So, anyways, I say kudos to Utah and kudos, the state of Utah and the governor of Utah. You couldn't have handled a situation better than what you just did. One of the most tragic that we've had in our lifetime. And the state of Utah under Spencer Cox, you did magnificent. So I say thank you.
So now that we know what we know, now that we know for sure what we know, this And including this.
For 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us, that somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I had hoped for.
What does any of it have to do with HBCUs? I need someone to answer that. I need someone from their side of the aisle to come and tell me, what does any of that have to do with HBCUs? This was the outcome of a MAGA on MAGA crime. This was the outcome of a feud between the Charlie Kirk camp and the Nick Fuentes camp. And I'd be remiss if I didn't remind you, it happened in Utah. Ain't no HBCUs in Utah. Ain't no HBCUs nowhere near Utah. So I'm going to say it out loud, since probably come tomorrow or some point next week, I'm going to lose this account because they're going to go through all of our videos and search for political things and then ban us. So I'm fully mentally prepared to lose this account. So I might as well go out with a scream and a yell, even though I can't, but you know what I mean. Need someone from MAGA to come and explain to me, like a grown-up, explain it to me like I'm 5, what any of this ever or does or did have to do with HBCUs or black people at all. Let me know.
When Utah's governor said he was hoping it wasn't one of them, well, it was. One of y'all, all of y'all. That's what y'all do. It's a lot of that going out here in these streets. And as a black person, I don't want to get hit with the casualties. So I'm going to stay out y'all way.
So the governor of Utah saying that he prayed for 33 hours, that he wished that it was not one of them. He sat there and said that he prayed for 33 hours that the gunman, the alleged gunman, was not one of theirs. He wanted them to be an immigrant so bad, a person of color so bad that he prayed for 33 hours that it was not one of them. I know we all heard what we heard. And come to find out, it was one of him. Clock it. I would do my little finger clip, but I got popsicle in my hand. Clock that. Sir, yeah, it was one of yours. What did you think? Who did you think? Who could you possibly have thought it was? You think black people, brown people, is going to sit up there with a high-power rifle on somebody's rooftop? First of all, we burn in the sun as well. We burn in the sun as well. Okay? Why would we sit on somebody's rooftop to unalive somebody because they have a difference of opinion? If you have a difference of opinion, you have a difference of opinion. We've never stopped people from having a difference of opinion. The only thing that we want is equal rights. That's it. Equal rights. Fair treatment. Accountability for the things that has taken place. But nah, you say, oh, I prayed for 33 hours that the gunman, the alleged gunman, was not one of ours. My God, today, if they not telling us who they are and we not believing them at this point, there is something wrong with us. Believe what people tell you the first time.
That Utah governor talked about the shooter not being an immigrant, like that blew his parlay. Like he just had the mortgage bet on the Browns. Like, why was he so disappointed?
I just finished watching a press conference by the governor of Utah, And if you haven't seen it, then you definitely need to go back and watch it. I can't believe the words that came out of this man's mouth. I can, but I can't. He actually said that he prayed that it was not one of them, that he hoped that it was somebody from another country or from another state. He actually said that. That came out of his mouth because he's saying that it would have made it a lot easier because the type of things that happened to Charlie, those things don't happen in Utah, is what he's saying. But I also noticed too that they keep saying that this is political violence. But as far as I know, and from what I've heard about the guy who took out Charlie Kirk, he was actually a number 47 supporter. He was not from the left. He was actually from the right. He was actually one of them. So I don't understand why they keep trying to make this political. Now, as far as I heard, the guy that did this to Charlie, he didn't like him, is all that I heard them say. It had nothing to do with politics. I did not hear him mention politics, but he did not like Charlie.
So guys, and before we continue watching, I want to read some of the comment here that majority of people, they have come out on the comment section and wrote. So this one is saying that the governor needs to resign. And for me, I think that it is the best option. This governor right now, he has been exposed because how can you come out and pray that the person who unalived Charlie Kirk, he needs to be found as a black person? So this one is to tell you that this governor, he is one-sided. He is protecting the interests of the white people, but not the interests of America. So this one is to show you that this governor, he is a racist. And this one is saying that the racist governor and the people are full of hate. Yeah, so this one is to tell you also this governor is a racist, and also he has a full of hate towards another community, because this is to tell you that this governor, he doesn't like black. Yeah, how can you come out and pray to God? And we all know that God is for all. God doesn't choose race. Yeah, God doesn't choose color. And how can you come out and pray to God, the person who unalived Charlie Kirk, to be found as a black person or immigrant person? So this one is to tell you that God decided to show this governor that the person who have really done this, it is their fellow people, it is the white person, and this white person is coming in his town. So how shameful that governor he is right now, because he was praying to God that the person who did this to be found as a black person or immigrant, but God decided to show him the person who have done this, it is your person in your town, and you are the governor. So kindly guys, I want you guys to continue watching, then I'll be back with more comment.
Bitch, do you know how stupid you sound? Do you know how dumb you sound? That's black activists or Democrats posing as Republicans to take the heat off of them. The heat off of us for what? We didn't do shit. We did not murk your beloved Charlie Kirk. We didn't do shit. We said we weren't doing shit. When we said that we were on hiatus back in November, we meant that shit. We're not doing shit. And that whole assassination shit, that's y'all. That's y'all. That's some shit y'all do. Y'all do those whole political assassination shit. I think the only one black people had a hand in was Malcolm X, and that was from within his own organization. And it had shit to do with us. The death of Charlie Kirk had absolutely nothing to do with black people. But when he died, the first thing y'all did was start hollering about libs and Democrats, and we all know that y'all start using those words in the place of or leftists in the place of the N-word. Instead of saying nigga, y'all say leftists, liberals, and Democrats. Why would we need to take the heat off of ourselves when we didn't do shit? We knew it was a white man that did it. Y'all motherfuckers knew it was a white man that did it. But y'all don't like to look in the mirror for shit. Y'all like to come at us. Bitch. A white man has been arrested. A heterosexual, cisgendered white man has been arrested. Now, there's only roughly about 2 news media outlets that are reporting that he had a transgender partner. And that's Fox and the New York Post. And we don't trust those 2 news sources because they go off of rumors. So, bitch, fuck you. Nobody needs the heat taken off of them. We didn't do shit. But y'all run to us anytime anything goes wrong because y'all need somebody to blame. Just because y'all can't look in the mirror. Y'all never look in the mirror. It's you. It ain't us. It ain't never been us. It's always been you. Y'all are the violent ones. Y'all have come into this country being violent. Y'all got this country being violent, and you're trying to maintain this country by being violent. Bitch, fuck you.
You said his last name was Robinson? Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. What's his first name? Tyler? No! What was I hoping for? You know, Chiquavius or Muhammad.
White people are never, ever, ever going to give up white supremacy willingly. And that's because of the consequences that it would cause if they gave it up. And I'm not talking about mean words related to race. I'm not talking about hurt feelings. I'm talking about systemic white supremacy. White supremacy is all about control of resources. And these resources could be labor, they could be territory, they could be the resources on that territory, like oil or cobalt. It's also about power, legislative power, economic power, cultural power, or influence. And all these different facets of white supremacy have worked together for hundreds of years to put white people in the place they are now. White people are 14 or 15% of the world population. They control 60% of the wealth. In the United States, white people are 60% of the population and control 84.5% of the wealth. Even if you cut out the top 1%, the median household income for white families is $205,000 a year. For black people, it's $44,000 a year. Black people in the United States are about 16% of the population. In 1865, they held 0.5% of the wealth. In 2023, they held 4.2% of the wealth. Africa is 17% of the world's population, but holds less than 2% of global wealth. And I'm bringing up Africa because white supremacy is a global system. And to end global white supremacy, it's necessary to remove the control that white people have over territory that they've taken through white supremacy. A lot of people will conflate race with class, but it's not the same thing at all. In fact, for the territories that are under European occupation, the problem is a race issue, not a class issue primarily. From the perspective of the invaded, when Europeans invaded territory, is it only the rich Europeans that are the problem? No, it's the poor Europeans as well. Let's say you got rid of all the billionaires in Australia. From the Aboriginal Australians' point of view, is the problem over, or are the people that invaded his land still occupying his land? I feel like the reason why people say no war but class war is because the other types of oppression are systems that benefit them. Class is the way that white people are oppressed as a race. Racism is the way that benefits white people as a race. So it makes sense to me that they want to get rid of class instead of talking about race, or they think that getting rid of class will also get rid of race. If we say we want to end white supremacy, but white people will still have the things that they got through white supremacy, then what has really changed? When you stop a thief that is stealing from you, do you let the thief keep what he stole? Of course not. So let's talk about what would happen if the United States redistributed funds equally among the people in the United States in a vacuum. White median household income, $205,000. Black median household income, $44,000. If you redistribute the wealth, these people come down. The average is like $128,000. That would be a huge jump up for black people, but it would be a huge drop for white people. Then you have to consider how the United States gets that wealth in the first place. The United States is 4% of the population, holds 35% of the wealth. So the wealth that the United States has is based on stealing from other people. If you globally redistribute the wealth that the United States has 4% of the wealth. That's a drop of 30%. What would the United States look like then? If you don't want that to happen, then you have to allow the United States to keep doing the evil things that it does all around the world to maintain that percentage of wealth. It's also the same problem as earlier. If the white people took this land, but they get to retain it after white supremacy ends, then how is white supremacy really over? It's not. Also, if we say we want to end white supremacy, but after white supremacy ends, non-white people are still under the control of white people, either legislatively or economically or culturally, then white supremacy hasn't really ended. Now globally, Europeans are 16% of the population and hold 60% of the wealth. And we all know that they haven't got that amount of wealth by being nice to anybody else. They've stolen it. They've murdered hundreds of millions of people to get that. Through white supremacy, Europeans have direct territorial control over North America, parts of South America, New Zealand, Tasmania, Australia. They have neo-colonial control over some territories like South Korea, Ukraine, obviously, a number of African states. And through economic warfare or subterfuge, some Europeans control resources and territory outside of Europe, like the Swiss with their company Glencore, which controls 70% of the DRC's cobalt, or the French with their company Total Energies that dominates West African oil. Not to mention the Canadians, who are famous in non-Western media for human rights abuses related to mining camps. So what would happen if these Europeans, who have been pillaging the world for hundreds of years, lose control of the things that they've taken and lose the ability to profit off of the evil that they've done? Western Europe would turn into a cultural backwater. It wouldn't be anything. The basis of its wealth is the exploitation of non-European people. And if you remove that exploitation, there's nothing left. Now, some white people might say to me, well, why can't we all just work together? Why can't we have a global system where we all work together for the benefit of humanity? And that sounds reasonable. But I just don't see the incentive for the global majority to work together with the Europeans who have been oppressing them and contributing labor to the Europeans any longer. Like, how much more labor, how many more resources do you think the Europeans deserve after what they've done and are doing? If you were a slave and you just got freedom, would you work together with the slave master to make sure that he had a better quality of life? Of course not. If you've been exploited by billionaires and you win the class struggle, are you interested in making sure that the ex-billionaire has a fine standard of living? Of course not. The Europeans have worked together against what is good for the majority of humanity for hundreds of years. Therefore, what is bad for Europeans is good for the majority of humanity. Kwame Ture said something similar. He said, what is good for the master is bad for the slave, and what is bad for the master is good for the slave. It's the same thing here. And this is why Europeans will never give up white supremacy. It's the same reason the South would not get rid of slavery, because their economy and their way of life is completely dependent upon white supremacy. It's the basis of their culture. It's the unifying force for Europeans. Their economic system is based on it. Their cultures are based on it. Their religions are based on it. From the perspective of the white race, maintaining white supremacy is a matter of survival for them. And so the majority of the world has to stop acting like they're ever going to give it up. The truth is that it has to be combated. It has to be fought. The power has to be taken. And only through taking the power are things going to get better for humanity.
The governor of Utah just said, "We do not condone violence. This is a sad day. America is mourning Charlie Kirk. Violence is never the answer. You don't take someone's life because you don't agree with what they believe. We also have the death penalty. So we will find you and we will kill you." Sir. What? This is the most unserious nation in the world. Because what do you mean? Violence is wrong and people should be able to debate and don't kill anybody, but we're going to kill you. That don't go together. That don't go together. He way too partisan to be making this speech. He should have just been like, we sad for the family. I'm gonna let the law enforcement talk.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video till the end. Then you have seen how the black people, they have come out angrily reacting towards the Utah governor for becoming a racist. The Utah governor right now, he has decided to show his true color. He's saying that he's hating. Right now, it is clear that this Utah governor, he is hating other races in America, because this governor, he has come out and said that he was praying for 33 hours. You can imagine praying for 33 hours, the person to be found as the person to be found who did this as a black person or immigrant person. But through all his prayer, God decided to show him the person who have really done this. It is not a black person, or it is not a migrant. It is a person who come from his town, and he is the governor. So this one is to tell you that this it has really got shock to this governor, and right now is getting a lot of backlash. Not only the black people, also some of the white people also, they are sending backlash towards this towards the Utah governor. So guys, I want to read some of the comment here and see what majority of people they have come out and say. So this one is saying that he is lying. He didn't pray for 33 hours. It's more like 33 seconds. Yeah, for me, that governor, he didn't pray for all those hours. So this one is saying that their sickness run deep, get some help. Yeah, so this one is saying that black folks been chilling for months. Don't scapegoat black folks. Yeah, so this Utah governor, you can imagine if it was a black person who did this. You can see the black person right now, they will be going through a lot in America. If it will be found, if it could be found that it is a black person who unalived Charlie Kirk, you can imagine what black people they will be going through right now in America. So it is like God has come also through to the black people, and it is not black people who have involved through this shooting of Charlie Kirk. So this one saying that they take zero accountability for their own. Yeah. So they are taking zero for accountability to their own. So right now, these people, they are fighting each other, and that's why I really love black people. So black people right now, they have decided to step aside, and black people right now, this is not your fight. This is not a black fight. Let them fight alone, because let them continue fighting themselves. But black people, you should not just get in this. So let us watch how these people they are fighting themselves, because for so many years also these people that have been making us black folks to fight by ourselves. These people that been bringing hate towards black people. These people they have they came and told us black people not to support each other, not to love our fellow brothers and sisters. But right now, all the things that they have been doing towards us black people, it is now coming to them. So let them also fight their own. So this one is saying that I am not surprised. This is typical deflective arrogance and silence. This is the foundation of the America. The main reason America is in the situation it is in today. So this one saying that when bigots speak, they don't think fast. The governor wasn't thinking for 33 hours. Yeah, so the governor was not thinking for 33 hours, but he not saying that he prayed for 33 hours. So this was saying that crazy, a lot of people think religion will get you to the Most High. Godly people don't hate people because of color. Yeah, so this one saying that this is not God work. This is the work of the devil. Yeah. And so this one is saying that when he said he was hoping that it would be one of us, he meant white people. Then he tried to cover it up by saying, I thought it was somebody that came from another state. No, you thought that it was somebody black or someone of color. Are you kidding? They really? Yeah, so this one, he was praying that the person could be found, it is somebody of the color but not a white person, and also somebody who are an immigrant or somebody who come from another state. So this one saying that they spoke their truth out loud. Yeah, so this one saying that what God was he praying to more like the golden calf. So this one saying that spiritual welfare. Yeah, so this one saying the only reason he'd have such a prayer is because he knows it was one of his. Yeah, so this one saying that what God was he praying to? Yeah, so many people that are asking what God was this Utah governor praying to. So this one saying that the man needs to step down or be arrested for defamation. Kash Patel needs to step down too for even allowing that type of speech. Yeah, so if it was also a black person giving that speech also, it will be a problem. So this one saying that always quick to blame before knowing facts, coming to find out it was one of your own people. Yeah, so this was saying that nah, he actually meant white on white. Yeah, so this is a white on white fight, guys. So let me just read here another one. So this was saying that darling, they regret nothing, and herein lies the problem. Yeah, so this is saying that the level of stupidity it takes for a governor to say that out loud is astronomical. Yeah, so you can imagine this is a leader, this is a governor, and he's coming out and saying that he has prayed for 33 hours. You can see what the kind of, let me just not use the words. So this was saying that, let me say this guy knew exactly what he was doing. He took one shot and hit his target without hitting anyone else. Has anyone thought on, or is anyone thought of that? Yeah, you can imagine the guy who unalived Charlie Kirk. So this guy just used one bullet and he didn't shoot anyone else. No, just only Charlie Kirk, and he ran away from the from the area. So this was saying that governor needs to apologize now. Yeah, that governor needs to apologize because he need to come out publicly and apologize to the people of the color. So this was saying that he meant to say, I wish he was black or Democrat. Yeah, so this governor, he could have just said he wished to be a black or Democrat. Yeah, or other people of the color. So, but we all know that we are having common sense. We know what governor he was wishing, and we are not we are not hiding. We are saying it as it is. Yeah. So this was saying that the fact that he was praying for 33 hours straight, that it will be a black, brown, immigrant, etc. person, showed that deep down within him, he had a knowing and intuition that it was indeed a white Utah MAGA male. Yeah, so this was saying that he said 33 hours. You people that is shit. Yeah, so this governor also is lying. How can you pray for 33 hours? So this one is saying that how can people call themselves Christian people can call themselves an eagle, but it won't make them soar like one. Everyone who say Lord, Lord will not enter the kingdom of God. Exactly. Every person who's saying Lord, Lord, God, God, you will not enter the kingdom of God. These people that are just using the name of God. So this was saying that all I can say is the shooter was as experienced and accurate as hired assassin. Yeah, you can imagine that shooter. He didn't miss he didn't shoot anyone else apart from Charlie Kirk. So kindly guys, I have some of the more comment that majority of people that have come here and said. So kindly guys, you can also share your comment down below. I'll be reading it in my next video. So kindly guys, thank you so much. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't. Let's meet in another video. Thank you guys.